The WNBA is facing some serious challenges, folks. Since Caitlin Clark exited the playoffs, viewership has taken a significant hit. Fans were captivated by her amazing performances, but now that she's out, many have turned away. For instance, the first game attracted nearly 2 million viewers, but that number has plummeted to just 400,000. That's quite a drop. Before we get into the details, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel to stay updated. Things are about to get interesting. Now, here's the kicker. Caitlin Clark won't be back on the court for another 213 days. Yes, you heard that right. The WNBA is already feeling her absence. Fans and analysts are saying that without her, they're simply not watching. With Clark driving a 400% increase in viewership, it seems like all the excitement has left with her.
Of the playoffs, the Fever had nearly 2 million viewers tuning in, while all the other games had around 400,000. Even the WNBA Countdown, which was aired before the Indiana Fever game, had more viewers than 2 of the series.
Stay tuned as we dive into just how serious the situation is. You'll be surprised at how much this rookie has transformed the league. Get ready. This is going to be an eye-opener.
And it looks like we're not going to be seeing Caitlin Clark play basketball again for another 200 days. An ESPN reporter said at the end of the Indiana Fever Connecticut Sun Game 2 that Caitlin Clark almost definitely will not be playing basketball this offseason. So no overseas and no 3-on-3 unrivaled.
More and more experts and fans are giving up on the WNBA, saying they're done watching the league. But before you switch to another sports channel, let's take a moment to appreciate the huge impact Caitlin Clark has had this year. Her influence is remarkable, and it goes far beyond just her amazing three-pointers. You'll want to hear this.
Because I may not talk about the WNBA again until April.
Well, okay.
Trust me, I'm not going to be watching. I'm not going to.
When Caitlin Clark decided to step away from the spotlight, fans were left in shock, like dropping their nachos during a last-second win. Analysts like Molly Karam and Monica McNutt from ESPN were just as surprised, now pondering who will emerge as the next big star in the WNBA. With Clark absent, the league is bracing for a significant drop in attendance this season. Let's just say, without her, the WNBA could see more empty seats than a 9 a.m. yoga class.
For the 2023 season, the WNBA had grown by 40% viewership from 2022 to 2023. But with Caitlin Clark's arrival, it's grown by 400% viewership. What that means is if the WNBA were continue to grow at the rate it grew from 22 to 23, it would take until 2028 to do what Caitlin Clark did this year.
Caitlin Clark, the standout from Iowa, has officially wrapped up her first season in the WNBA, and she's certainly made an impact. Known for her incredible shooting range and top-notch playmaking skills, she kept fans glued to their screens and filling the arenas. Clark didn't just shine on the court. She sparked a boost in viewership and attendance, breaking records faster than she can sink a three-pointer. Sadly, her magical run ended when the Indiana Fever were eliminated by the Connecticut Sun, leaving many fans heartbroken and their playoff dreams dashed.
If Caitlin, in every post-game press conference, she came out and talked about the kind of hateful comments that she was getting. If she came out and told everybody the reason why she has personal security that goes with her every single place, it's a lot. And so it's not just Caitlin Clark fans or Indiana Fever fans. It is not all going in one direction.
With Clark no longer in the postseason, it seems fans are putting away their foam fingers and leaving early. Her presence in the league this season was truly remarkable. She single-handedly boosted attendance for the Fever, whether they were playing at home or on the road. It was almost like fans were following her around, as if she were the Pied Piper of basketball, drawing crowds wherever she went.
It is insane. And that's why I have mixed feelings. I'm going to miss Caitlin Clark. Hopefully I don't see her on the basketball court again until April, until next WNBA season. But I'm so glad I don't have to watch the rest of this. I've been so turned off by most of these players in the WNBA. It's incredible.
Every time Clark stepped onto the court, it felt like a rock concert. Instead of guitars, she was dazzling fans with precise passes and long-range shots. Supporters from all over the country filled arenas just to see her play live. Her basketball IQ and thrilling performances made her a standout, turning the Fever into one of the most exciting teams in the WNBA. But now that she's off the court, it feels like the league has lost its star performer, and fans are already starting to leave.
He's on the wrong team. She's got the wrong skill set to handle the physicality of that league. And she's a rookie, targeted by society, targeted by her looks, targeted by her reputation, targeted by the disrespect that they've shown to the WNBA. She said, no, they're expecting this rookie class to be perfect. This rookie class isn't even one of the best rookie classes in the last 10 years.
It's not just Indiana Fever fans who are feeling the loss. The entire WNBA is experiencing a drop in viewership without Clark. Weekend games, typically a prime time for attracting fans, are expected to see a significant decline. People weren't just watching their favorite teams, they were tuning in specifically to see Caitlin Clark, who became must-see TV during her rookie season. Now that she's not around, the excitement has faded quickly, much like a flat soda.
Caitlin Clark effect is definitely real. I mean, we can all see that. However, experiencing it in person is totally different. I was at the Fever and Indiana game last night, and the amount of 22s that I saw on the way to the arena and inside the Capital One Arena might as well have just been a home game for Caitlin Clark. Not Indiana, Caitlin Clark. The thing is, that didn't surprise me. But what did surprise me was how packed the game was.
It's unusual for a rookie to make such a big splash in a league, but Caitlin Clark is far from typical. From her very first game in the WNBA, she drew attention like an NBA superstar, earning comparisons to legends like LeBron James and Stephen Curry. She quickly became more than just a local favorite. She was a sensation across the entire league. The fact that many fans lost interest in the playoffs without her highlights just how significant her impact was during her first season.
Departure, do we think that these new WNBA fans are going to stick around for the rest of the playoffs? The Liberty Aces series might be one that draws some numbers. The disparity between 1.8 million and around 400,000 is wild, especially with football season being in full.
Reflecting on her amazing season, it's clear that the demanding schedule took a toll on Caitlin Clark. After leading Iowa to the NCAA finals, she jumped right into her rookie season with hardly any rest. It was like running a marathon and then starting another one right away. By the time the playoffs came around, she looked as worn out as someone who just finished a hectic Black Friday shopping spree. Yet, even with the exhaustion, she played like a true superstar, showing incredible resilience and determination.
Okay, now let's not talk viewership, let's talk ticket sales. Bear with me. Ticket sales grew in 2023 by 16% from 2022. Ticket sales have grown by 93% in 2024. What that means is without Caitlin Clark, the WNBA would have taken till 2029 or 2030 to get to where Caitlin Clark has gotten them today.
In the Fever's last game against the Connecticut Sun, Caitlin Clark poured her heart into the performance. She scored 25 points and provided 9 assists, showcasing her usual intensity on the court. It was clear she was giving it her all. However, basketball is a team sport, and even with her impressive efforts, the Fever's uneven play held them back. Despite her heroics, the team couldn't overcome the challenges, and their hopes for a deeper playoff run came to an end.
Qualified for their jobs, and so they've allowed the Caitlin Clark abuse to go on and on and on while everybody pretends, oh, it's Caitlin Clark's fans. They're on Twitter, and they're horrible. They focus on that rather than the real persecution and inappropriate behavior of their very own WNBA players.
As if that wasn't challenging enough, Caitlin Clark faced some puzzling officiating during the game. Several fouls were called against her that left fans confused, questioning whether the referees were using their whistles correctly. Some even wondered if her rising star status affected the way she was officiated. Despite the frustrating calls, Clark remained composed, handling the pressure like a seasoned pro and driving her team forward with determination. Unfortunately, even her focus and poise couldn't match the Suns' relentless performance.
Caitlin comes millions and millions and millions of more eyeballs. And with those millions and millions and millions of more eyeballs, unfortunately, is going to come some people who are not nice.
Right now, Caitlin Clark has chosen to take a well-earned break. And who can blame her? She's played nearly as many games as an NBA player this season and handled the huge pressure of being a franchise player in her rookie year. Instead of heading to Europe or participating in smaller tournaments during the offseason, she's focusing on rest and recovery, both mentally and physically. Let's face it, after the season she's had, she deserves to unwind, ideally with some Netflix and a big tub of ice cream.
of things that this group accomplished that, a lot of people probably didn't think was possible, one, to start the season, and two, after the start we had to the season. So, yeah, it'll definitely be probably a little weird for me over the course of the first couple weeks, and then I'm sure I'll get bored and pick up a basketball again. So,
with Caitlin Clark taking a break, the WNBA is facing a tough reality. Her presence attracted a wave of new fans and sparked renewed interest in women's basketball. However, now that she stepped away, the league is already noticing a decline in viewer engagement. It's not just the dedicated Fever fans who are tuning out. Many casual viewers who were captivated by Clark's standout performances are also stepping back. Her dynamic play and larger-than-life personality gave the WNBA a much-needed lift, and now the league must figure out how to keep the spotlight shining without their brightest star on the court.
I don't want it to grow if it's certain people at the face. And there is still this undertone of jealousy that for some reason I cannot get around calling it anything else but that, because I don't know what else it could be. I thought it was going to get better this season, but it hasn't. There are still people who seemingly, to me, feel like they just don't want Caitlin to be a part.
Caitlin Clark has truly made waves in the basketball world, and it's not just in the US. People everywhere are taking notice. Her incredible college career at Iowa and strong rookie season in the WNBA have made her a standout name. She hasn't just played well, she's brought a fresh excitement to women's basketball, inspiring young players and giving fans a reason to cheer like never before. However, with Clark off the court, the WNBA feels a bit quieter, almost like a party missing its DJ. Viewership has dropped, highlighting just how much her energy and star power mean to the league. She's not just changing the game with her impressive shots, she's transforming how the world views women's basketball. Her influence goes beyond individual games. It's a cultural shift. Caitlin isn't just the face of the Indiana Fever, she's becoming the face of the entire WNBA. Her electric play style and commanding presence have made it clear she's here to elevate women's basketball. Without her in the playoffs, the league is missing something significant. It's like watching a blockbuster movie without the main character. This season has shown just how vital Clark is to the WNBA. The drop in viewership proves she's not just a rising star, she's the heartbeat of the league. The excitement just isn't the same without her. What do you think? Is Caitlin Clark the key to the WNBA's future, or will someone else rise to the occasion? Share your thoughts in the comments. And before you go, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more updates. Who knows, maybe by next season, we'll discover the next big star, or we'll just be counting the days until Clark's return.